Entering team select screen. The Cleveland Browns, the home team, are selected. Ready.
Up next, the Bears are on the road to face the Browns. Two teams that have played each other just 16 times since 1950. Chicago's looking for their fourth straight win against Cleveland, and it's coming your way next.
Just off the shores of Lake Erie, we are at First Energy Stadium in a city aptly named after its founder, Moses Cleveland, way back in 1796. The folks here in Cleveland, even though all the down years, have never stopped supporting their hometown guys, and we got evidence of that a moment ago as the Browns made their entrance. They are ready to do battle with the Chicago Bears.
Alongside my broadcast partner, Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And, CD, this is a passing league. I don't think you would argue that thought. But our ball game here features a couple of teams with strong offensive lines that really like to work the ground game.
And you and I have both heard from different people in the league who's saying that it's becoming a little bit of a lost art in the NFL, the ability to run the football. And we've heard from defensive coordinators who tell us that they play the pass first. That's not something you normally hear. But these two offenses, they're true to who they are. Both ranked in the top 5 in terms of rushing yardage. I think they're both going to use those massive offensive lines to try and wear down these defenses.
Entering play call screen. Onside kick. Kickoff left. Kickoff middle.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback.
And for the first time, here comes the Cleveland Browns offense. Quarterbacked by Baker Mayfield, fourth-year man from Oklahoma.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes in his 2.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Early as a Super Bowl contender.
Cover 3 cloud show 2.
First carry now for Nick Chubb. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago. 20 carries, 137 yards, and a score.
He's the number 2 runner in the league.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes a leading rusher.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's second and a couple. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll get this up only to about the...
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
2.
This defense for the Bears, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And how'd you like to be the quarterback reviewing the game tape from last week and seeing this defense on the spot on almost every snap? If the ball was in the air, they took it away. If the ball was popped free, they picked it up. 5 takeaways in last week's game.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as he's got this up to the 40-yard line.
Called it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb because they're always going to talk about how important third down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Entering play on plan formation. There are 7, 4, 3, even 6. Cover 4 quarters. Tampa 2.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A catch and run there, good for 16 and a first.
And, Charles, this defense, they know that they've got their work cut out for them. Here's a quarterback coming off a game in which he threw 4 touchdowns. They've watched the tape all week. They've seen it, but what can they do differently?
I think they've got to approach it like a pitcher facing a really hot batter. Get him uncomfortable in the box.
Entering play call, even 6-1. You have 9 options. Michael Blitz.
Blitz sometimes, drop back other times. Just don't let him get comfortable or let him get into rhythm.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line. And that is caught on the right sideline.
Entering play call, even 6-1. You have 9 options. Michael Blitz is selected. Formation, there concept, there are 7 categories. Zone blitz preview, cover 2 man.
In their own hands. They want man
cover 2 man. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Cover 2 man is selected.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Mayfield. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt.
Entering play call, cover 2 man. There are 9 categories. Concept, there are 7. Play type, there are favorites, there are recent plays, there are coach suggestions, there are 7 categories.
This or something in that area that they want him involved, just as you said. They want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Mayfield now from the 50. Yeah, this pass broken up.
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 7 categories.
2.
Nice play there to force the incompletion, and to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
And a nice job here on special teams. This will be down inside the 10 at the 8-yard line.
The Bears offense ready to go to work here for the first time, leading them out, the 11th overall pick of the 2021 draft, Justin Fields out of Ohio State.
And he's had good success here already this season throwing the football. 6 touchdown passes.
Entering play call, coach suggests catch corners. On plan, there are 9 player. There are David Munn, Allen Robb, David Munn, Dave Mesh, 24s, pass print H, empty encounter, AHD stretch. Cross-cutting.
The run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 2 trips to the end zone and well past 100 yards.
And going back and watching the
entering play call, David Montgomery, zone fit jet.
We saw some power.
Player, Eric Parnell Mooney, David Munn, Allen Robin, Cole Kmet, Justin Field, Tarek Cohen, FD dive.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Cross button. R2 button.
And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. It's a pickup of 10 and a Bears first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Entering play call, Tarek Cohen. You have 5 options. Player, formation, there are concept, option, run, option, quick pass, stick, quick slant, stick, quick slant. Square button, R1 button, circle button. R2 button.
In by Darnell Mooney. And he's going to get this one.
Entering play call. Stick. There are 4 categories. You have 16 options. Y stick is selected.
Down at will.
Concept. There are 9 categories. Play type. There are 9. Personnel. There are favorites. There are recent play. Coach suggestion. On plan. There are 9 player. Justin Fields. Tarek Cohen. Alshon. Tarek Cohen. Tarek. FD dive.
From the 32 now. Here's 1st and 10.
Cross cutting.
On the give, this is Cohen.
R2 cutting.
Point him at the 40. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 more on that one, and another 1st down.
How best to describe that? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
Entering play call. Player. There are Justin Field. Tarek. Alshon Jeff. Darnell Mooney. David Montgomery. David. Zone Fig Jet. 24 zone open.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10.
Cross button.
Back to the ground. This
Cross button.
And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Entering play call. David Montgomery. Player. There are formation. There are 9. I form. Single back. Coach Sig. On plan. There are 9 category. Player. There are 9. Formation. I form. Wing. There are AHD power O.
5 yards remain on 2nd down.
A give. This is Montgomery.
Button.
He's going to take this across the 50 into Browns territory.
Entering play call. Wing. There are 2 categories. You have 9 options. HB power O is selected.
A yard.
Well, this defense for the Browns very strong last week as they helped their squad.
Formation. There are 9. Concept. There are play type. There are 9 categories. Personnel. There are favorites. There are recent play. Coach suggest. On plan. There are player. There are Darnell Mooney. David Montgomery. Allen Robbins. David Montgomery. Mesh. 24. Posprint HB. Empty encounter STR.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 1st quarter.
Entering play call. Posprint HB flat. Formation. Weak. I form. Concept. There are 9. Play type. There are 9. Personnel. There are favorites. There are recent play. Coach suggest. On plan. There are 9 category. Player. Darnell Mooney. Darnell. On misdirection. Jet sweep.
Jet sweep to
button.
And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short. Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Count is selected. On plan. There. Player. There are 9 Alshon Jeff. Darnell. David. Allen Rob. Cole Komet. Justin. Tarek Cohen. Tarek. Fig punt off. FD dive.
The offense here not budging. They're going to fight for it on 4th and inches.
Cross cutting.
They'll try and run for it. Gets by him. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Give them credit. They knew what they wanted to dial up on fourth. They executed it for 9 yards, and the offense stays out there. 4th and inches in plus territory. That seemed like a prime spot to go for it.
It certainly did, and there's so many things that go into it. Are you too far away for a field goal, but not far away to punt it? Do you just feel like your offense is better? I just think in today's NFL, offense feels...
Entering play call, Derek Cohen, player, formation, concept, medium pass,
every possession. You trust your offense more than you trust your defense in today's league.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Circle button. Square button. R1 button. R1 button. R2 button.
Underneath to Montgomery. He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play.
Charles, a look there at the Bears draft class for 2021.
Entering play call, stick. There are 4 categories. You have 16 options. Why stick is selected.
One question.
Concept, there are 9. Play type, there are 9 categories. Personnel, favorites, there are recent play. Coach suggest, plan, there are player, there are Justin, Derek Cohen, kick punt off, FB dive.
To hit a home run to the quarterback position. Only one other draft pick on day 2, and that was Tevin Jenkins, the big offensive tackle from Oklahoma State.
Cross button.
First round.
R2 button.
The Indianapolis Colts in that spot.
And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Entering play call, Derek Cohen, player, there, Justin Field, Cole Kmet, Pawai Dragri, Paro LT, Patisim, Paro LT.
They'll fake the handoff, now Fields.
Circle button.
James has got it, complete.
Cross button.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. The Bears on the move. They've got another first down.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, it has to be pinpoint here.
I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharp.
Entering play call, player, there are 9. Allen Robbins, Cole Kmet, Justin Field, Derek Cohen, Derek Fick punt off, FD dive.
From the 8, they've got it 1st and goal. On the handoff. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6.
Entering play call, Derek Cohen. You have 5 options. Top side is selected.
Pretty good start there with their backs
against there are 9. Formation, there are concept, there are 9. Play height, there are option, run, RPO, special, pass. Quick pass, there are 6 categories. You have 16 options. Y stick is selected. Triangle button. Triangle button.
Toward the pylon, caught. That time the completion goes for 4.
Entering play call, with pass, there are 6 categories. Play type, there are 9 personnel, there are 9 favorites, there are recent play, coach suggest, plan, there are player, there are Justin Field, Derek Cohen, Alshon Jeffrey, Derek Cohen, Derek FD dive.
Easy about what they're doing out there. And by the way, they're looking at the sideline thinking to themselves and expressing, just keep throwing it. We're doing pretty well.
Button.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Entering play, plan, player, there, formation, there, concept, there, medium pass, quick pass, stick, quick slant, X slant, quick slant,
And no hesitation about this decision here. Confidently, they're going to go for this. 4th and goal from the 3.
Square button. R1 button.
And he's got his man. That's Robinson. Touchdown, Bears. Allen Robinson. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bears have taken the early lead. Those are the drives that prove a lot. You got a rookie quarterback, Charles. You're on the road, takes him down, throws the touchdown pass.
And in a game like this, with, as you described, a rookie quarterback.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
Drive on the road. He doesn't have to say, I'm here to be your leader. They just need to follow him.
Santos able to tack on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. That drive, a long one, spanning 15 plays, and the end result is a Bears touchdown.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. To throw, Mayfield. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Went into Lake Erie, but that's what good quarterbacks do. They don't take unnecessary chances if they don't have to.
Here's 2nd and 10. Mayfield. And he completes it to Hunt. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Play fake. Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Khalil Mack make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Well, for last week's performance, which was so good, he was named NFC Defensive Player of the Week. He got a lot of praise, and understandably so, from national media. Looking pretty good on that play, too.
And I love what he told us this week before the game. He talked about how much time they spend working on pass rush moves, every position. Because anyone...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Well behind the sticks here with a 2nd and 18. Another try after the first down sack. Mayfield, he's got the hook up to Odell Beckham. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The Bears bring out an extra defender in the secondary now for third down. Mayfield looks to throw. He'll leave it for Hunt, complete. No gain at all on the play there, and that brings up fourth.
The good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. And, you know, they were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, you know, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
And here's Gillen on now to punt as he gets this one away.
R2 button.
And oh, they had him bottled up, but here's a late flag, and a face mask is going to get a much better starting position.
So the hand got inside the face mask that time. Looked like a pretty easy call.
And it was, and we saw this in their loss last week. Penalties at inopportune times that led to their demise.
Entering play call. On plan, there are 9 categories. Run inside is selected.
About to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. And that's their second charge timeout here in this first quarter. They're
entering play call. Shock AHD stretch.
Now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
R1 button. R1 button. Triangle button. R1 button. R1 button. Triangle button.
Play to Newsom. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. On plan, there are player, there are Justin Fields, Tarek Cohen, Tarek, fake punt off, FD dive.
So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They run. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing it for a loss.
Entering play call, Tarek Cohen, player, there, formation, there are 9, Hail Mary, goal line, concept, there, medium pass, smash, there are, pop power, O, bench. Cross button, R1 button, R1 button.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, nice.
Entering play call, smash, there are 13, concept, there, play type, there are, run, option, RPO, special, pass, quick pass, there are, quick fade, stick, double slants.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Triangle button, cross button, cross button.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Malik Jackson able to drop him for a loss of 2, and that will bring up 4th down.
He probably feels like he cannot get a break. He was sacked 7 times last week. And here we go again in the first quarter.
And we always talk about the internal clock of a quarterback in the pocket and how he has to have a real keen sense of it in order to get rid of the football. After being sacked 7 times last week, that clock has been sped up.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
So on 4th down, on is the punter, Pat O'Donnell, to kick it away. Back deep, Jarvis Landry. Landry now on the return. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Browns will take over 1st and 10.
Well, the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10, just shy of the 30.
He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
5 yards is the 10.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And I don't know what the actual percentages are, and I don't know the analytics when you create 5 turnovers or takeaways in a game. But coaches always say, when you create a number that high, your chances of winning probably up over 98%. I haven't seen that number quantified, but I believe them.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he slips up.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
There for a Cleveland first.
And in his second year in Cleveland after 4 in Atlanta, Austin Hooper always does all he can to build some rapport with his quarterback. He did it with Baker Mayfield last year. Expects it to continue to rise here in 2021.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. This running game's so important for them, and they know that. It helped lead him to a victory last week when he was over 100 yards.
Let's face it, it's their identity, and that's what they want to play to. They want to be that team that runs the ball really well each and every week.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 38. A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
This defense for the Bears, very strong.
Cloud 1 to be contained. Cover 3 cloud.
On the young season.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Hey, check. 3 down.
On to the 2nd from Cleveland. It's the Browns in control.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories. Punt plan. There are 7 categories. Defense short passes selected.
So 3rd down, they need to get to the 28 for a first. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. Pressure comes and down goes Baker Mayfield. Khalil Mack in there to get him, and on the season now that is 9 sacks for him.
Just not much a quarterback can do there, CD. The pressure was in his face almost instantaneously. Led to a very quick sack.
And this came from the edge, and those pass rushers, they have so many tricks of the trade to get around blockers. They have a lot of tools.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Barely get a glove on him before you got the quarterback on the ground.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Entering play call, gun plan, there are formation, concept, deep pass, medium pass, quick pass, stick, quick slant. Square button, cross button, R1 button.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jordan Elliott able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot.
He was still looking through his progressions and going through his receiver options, and while he was doing that, the defense got to him quickly in the pocket.
And it was a great example of zone coverage. Well executed, well coordinated. All the receivers were covered, and he couldn't evade the rush back in the pocket.
Entering play call, concept, play type, there are run, option, run, inside, empty and AHP inside zone.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Cross button.
Handoff comes to Montgomery.
R2 button. R2 button.
A second broken tackle. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down.
Entering play call, inside handoff. There are 7 categories. You have 55 options. Zone week is selected.
Because as an offensive coordinator,
play type, there are 9 categories. Personnel, there are favorites, there are recent plays, there are coach suggestion, on plan, there are player, there are Justin Fields, Tarek Cohen, Alshon Jeffrey, Tarek Cohen, fake punt off, FD dive.
The Bears on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They can use a conversion. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1.
Cross button.
They'll try to run.
Cross button.
And he gets it to the 32. Good enough for a 1st down. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
Each team has its own terminology. Some people call it jumbo, some call it monster, some call it king. But it doesn't really matter. They brought in the big lumber to pick up that 1st down.
Yeah, you think about goal line defense with the goal line offense that time getting it done.
Entering play call, Tarek Cohen. You have 5 options. Player, there, Justin Fields, Cole Kmet, Allen Robinson, Pa X, quick slants.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
A play fake now. Fields.
Square button. Triangle button.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. On the corner blitz that time, the sack goes to Denzel Ward.
So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Entering play call, Allen Robinson, player, there, formation, there, I form, weak, gun, goal line, gun, wings, red option, power O, 4 verticals.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A give to Montgomery out of the gun. Pushes him over. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pick.
Entering play call, wing slot offset. There are 8 objects weak. Red option. Red.
Entering into a nice
formation. There concept. There medium pass. Quick pass. stick, there are four,
Blitzers,
stick,
they come in
Y
a
stick,
bit high. They
stick,
don't have great leverage.
slant stick.
They're easily blocked and turned to the side.
The Bears on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 9.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
He finds his
R2 button.
That's James. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Mark that down as a pickup of 13, and the Bears have the first.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense...
Entering play call. Play call. Concept. Play type. There are personnel. There are 3 RB bar 2 key bar 0 W. 2 RB bar 2 key bar 1 WR. 2 RB bar 1 T bar 2 WR. 2 RB bar 3 T bar 0 WR. 2 RB Pro. There are AHB stretch.
Couple of first downs to kick off the drive. Here's 1st and 10 up at the 46.
Cross button.
Now Montgomery.
R2 button.
And he got blown up. Losing yardage on the play back at the 44. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Entering play call. Play call. Personnel. There are 9. 2 RB bar 2 key bar 1 W. 3 RB bar 2 key bar 0 W. Special team. 1 RB bar 1 T bar 3 W. Tight white. Bench switch.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss.
Cross button.
Montgomery. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It'll be a gain of 5, and it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 7 left.
They got to give kudos.
Entering play call. Type jet sweep.
Because they were in a 2nd and
Personnel. There are 9. 1 RB bar 3. Favorites. There are 9. Recent plays. Coach on plan. There are player. There formation. There I form. Single back. I form. Weak. Slot. AHB dive.
Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Now a run with Montgomery. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. And it's just short. He got 6 of the 7 he needed, so that leaves a decision here on 4th and a yard.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. Gun plan. Player. There are David Monk, Allen Robbins, Cole Kmet, Justin, Tarek Cohen, Tarek Fake punt off, FB dive.
And this offense has converted twice already here in this first half on 4th down conversions. And here we go again.
Cross button.
They'll try and run.
Triangle button.
He will have a first down here at about the 4.
Entering play call. Tarek Cohen. You have 5 options. Pop outside is selected.
And defensively, pure frustration. Prior to that, they were 2 for 2 on 4th.
Formation. There are 9 categories. Hail Mary. Goal line. Coach on plan. There are player. Formation. There are concept. Medium. Quick pass. Stick. Quick slant.
Because they're just letting it happen to him right now.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Square button.
Throw.
Circle button. R1 button. R1 button.
And that is incomplete.
Entering play call. Stick pair. Quick slant.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers.
Square button. R1 button. Square button.
Fields
cross button.
Montgomery. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 14 yards into Chicago first down.
Well, we saw David Montgomery lead the nation a few years back in broken tackles when he was at Iowa State. And he's proven to be difficult to bring down in the NFL as well.
And that, in a nutshell, Shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact.
Entering play, quick slant.
Made a break for the end zone.
And the next-gen stats shows us the tale of how much yardage he was able to pick up after the initial contact.
Cross button.
First down.
R1 button.
That's complete to Mooney. They get him to the ground right on the cusp of the red zone after a pickup of 5 or 6.
Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. We'll check on his status when we get back.
Entering play call, concept, there, play type, there, option, run. Inside, zone fake jet. 24 zone split W, 24 zone open.
4 yards remain for second down. On the ground.
Cross button.
And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4 yards.
Entering play call, inside handoff, there are 7 categories. Play type, there are 9. Personnel, there are 9 categories. Favorites, recent play, coach suggests, on plan, there are 9. Player, there are Justin Field, Tarek Cohen, Tarek, fake punt off tackle, FB dive.
The Bears on third down. They've converted just 2 for 6 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. Now Cohen.
Cross button.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive they went 3 and out.
Entering play call, fake punt sweep. Player, there, Justin Fields, Cole Kmet, Allen Robinson, David Montgomery, Darnell Mooney, Alshon Jet, Body Gielko, flanker drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
R1 button. R1 button. R1 button.
That one drops down, incomplete.
Entering play call, Alshon Jeffrey. You have 10 options. Player, there are formation, there are 9 concept, there are 9 category. Medium pass, quick pass, quick stick, X slant. Triangle button. Cross button. Triangle button.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line. Malik Jackson able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Entering play call, concept, play type, there, RP, special, pass, quick fade, Y stick, quick fade.
So now following the sack, Fields and the Bears looking at 3rd down and long.
Cross button, square button.
To throw. He finds his man, complete. That's James.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. Field goal 31 yards is selected.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And the lead moves to 10-zip.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
And they do so right there.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. It's a short kick taken out beyond the 20. Oh, good return up past the 30. And now the Browns coming out on the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at their 35-yard line. Mayfield now. He'll let it go deep for Beckham. And it's incomplete.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
It's going to be 2nd down.
Early on, the running game's been working well, and the offensive line has been pleased by that. The thought process there, catch those safeties creeping up, trying to help against the running game. They tried to hit them over the top, unsuccessfully.
To throw again on 2nd down. Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Landry. He'll get only 3 there. So
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Now Mayfield. And it's caught on the sideline, but
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
oh, there, that brings up 4th.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
Here's Jamie Gillen now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. Here again comes the captain of this offense leading his crew back out there now. He's playing pretty well. I don't think it's necessarily him changing up something he's doing, but that O-line, they've got to protect him better.
They do. They've got to make sure that they give him more than enough time in order to find targets downfield. And sometimes
Entering play call, go on plan. There are player. There are not formation. There are I form. Weak. Done. Go hold line. Done. Go hold. Hail Mary. Hail Mary. You have 3 options. Hail Mary is selected.
We've seen the 4 sacks so far in this contest. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock.
Triangle button. Triangle button. Triangle button.
It should have ended in a touchdown. You know that.
Triangle button.
and we'll both be headed to the airport after the game, but we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about
Entering play call. Hail Mary. You have 3 formation. There are special teams. Single back.
this type of
Wing tight. Zone weak.
a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
They'll try again from the 20 on 2nd and 10. On the carry.
Button.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again.
Entering play call. Wing tight. AHP stretch. Formation. I form.
Now they're
Weak.
looking at a 3rd down.
Coach suggestion. AHP slip. On plan. There are player. There are Tarek going. Justin Fields. Soul commit.
He just made a great
Justin. Shovel op. Red option. QB sneak. Shovel option.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 times in 8 chances. This is 3rd and 10. On 3rd, here's an option.
Cross button.
A strong running. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
I'll tell you, there is no antidote for speed, even at the quarterback position, as he keeps it himself and turns it into good yardage.
And it still takes time for a defender to react, even as quarterbacks carry the ball more and more in today's NFL.
Entering play call, shovel option,
Oh my
red
goodness.
option, red option.
Maybe 8, 10, 12 yards
Player,
downfield at
there,
that point.
Cole Komet, Justin Fields, Tarek Cohen, fake punt up, FD dive.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half, 10-0 our score.
Entering play call, player, formation, there, concept, medium, quick pass, stick, there, stick, Y stick, quick slant.
We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the
Square button, R1 button,
around the NFL.
R2 button.
Throw that's complete.
7 yards, the pickup there.
He decided to run a hitch route. It really helped to have a guy
Entering play, bench switch,
run in there on that
AHP zone WK,
catch, but it worked really well.
circle, flat, square button, triangle button,
Throw again.
R1 button,
Down. Fields. There's moving.
R2 button.
Catch. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Entering play, quick slant, square button, cross button, square button,
And this will be
R2 button.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Back-to-back nice games.
Entering play call.
First. And they're going to speed things up here. First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Powers through him. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Now the Bears will use their third and final timeout, as the clock will stop with 35.
Entering play call, stick. There are 4 categories. You have 16 option, quick slant, circle button, triangle button, R1 button, R1 button.
And he's going to go down. He's sacked back into
Entering play call.
his strength and quickness there, a loss of 4. Now Montgomery.
R2 button.
They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Entering play call, stick.
So we have reached halftime with our score 10-0. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll get things started up at Ford Field in Detroit. And it's the Ravens out in front as that game moves towards halftime. Lamar Jackson has a touchdown pass. From there, we move to Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City to see what's going on with the Chiefs. And they have the lead in that one over the visiting LA Chargers. Tyreek Hill, a touchdown reception. Finally, let's get to the country music capital of the world and see what's happening with the Titans at home in Nashville. And that game, level, as they take on the visiting Indianapolis Colts. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Bears. And a big part of their success on the scoreboard is their success in the running game. Over 100 yards as a team in those first 2 quarters of play. Meanwhile, for the Browns, the rushing numbers tell a different story. They really couldn't get a whole lot going on the ground. And the evidence? The numbers.
Entering gunplan adjustment screen run inside is selected.
We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
Defend outside run. Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected. Return middle.
set to resume. Here we go with the second half. The Bears holding the lead and ready to receive the kick.
R2 button.
And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. The Bears offense set to go to begin the third quarter. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground. And
Entering play call. Stick barrier for category.
I certainly think we'll see more of that.
Excellent.
That defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see one or two guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed.
Triangle button. Triangle button.
The drive starts with a completion left side. He's going to be dropped.
Entering play call. Stick barrier for categories. 2 headset. Concept barrier. Play type barrier 9. Personnel barrier 9. Category. Favorites barrier. Recent plays barrier 9. Coach suggest twice to.
If that pass is complete.
On plan barrier 9 categories. Ground player barrier. Justin Field. Terry going. Terry. FD dot. Fick punt off. FD dive.
Working with a 2nd and 3. On the give.
R1 button.
Oh, Cohen lost the football. But the Bears look to get this one back, and indeed they did. So they'll keep possession.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover.
Entering play call. Tarek Cohen. You have 5 options. Player. There are Justin Field. Cole Kmet. Allen Robin. David Montgomery. Dave. Zone Fick Jet. 24 zone open.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
A give. This is
R2 button.
And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
You know, we might start getting some props here in the booth. You know, that one that says the D and then the fence that you put up next to it. How about that? They brought out the jumbo package and still couldn't move them off the line of scrimmage enough to pick up that first down.
Impressive. They were ready defensively for that jump.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the 3rd quarter.
And their defense did its job by forcing the punt to start things out. And now, Charles, can the offense...
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Now, let's get the momentum back on our side. We forced a punt. Now let's go downfield and score. If we do that, we'll be set up well for this second half.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. Here's Mayfield. Dumps this to his running back, Chubb. They'll contain him.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
6 yards left on 2nd down.
From the gun, Mayfield. He'll let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Odell Beckham. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Browns are back within a score.
But Baker Mayfield only 6'1", but he can certainly sling it. And we saw evidence of that right there.
And I'm telling you, nothing will let up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
62 yards in the air.
Eddy Pinheiro now for the extra point. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
R2 button.
And Williams going to sit on this one. It'll be a touchback.
Here we go.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Their lead down to a field goal now as they start with a 1st and 10.
Entering play call, coach suggests, punt plan, player, there are 9, from 8, concept, there, medium, quick pass, stick, X slant. Circle button, triangle button.
Nowhere for Fields to turn, and down he goes. Malik Jackson getting him once again, his 3rd sack of the afternoon. But collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure.
Entering play call, quick slant.
2nd and 14.
Square button. R1 button.
And he's unable to hold on.
Entering play call, stick barrier for category, quick slant.
Ball's incomplete.
Concept, barrier, play type, barrier, run,
In particular,
pass,
make it difficult.
special, RPO, option, run, pass,
Communicating at the line,
quick pass,
and it leads to
quick
the
fade,
incompletion.
Y stick, double slants.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
R1 button, square button, cross button, R1 button, cross button, triangle button.
Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. Ted McKinley made his way into the backfield.
CD, so often we talk about quarterbacks holding on to the ball too long. Well, we can't say that there. He had no time to do much of anything.
And it appears that this was just a letdown from the offensive line, but they do have a tough job because if you're a big tackle out there...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
...there and put his man on the ground.
And the final clocking there, according to Next Gen Stats, that sack occurred in 2.2 seconds. So the pass rush overwhelming that time.
O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. And certainly not the greatest of kicks there. This one will be down inside their own 40-yard line.
Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland.
Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Mayfield toward the center of the field, but it's...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Bring up 2nd down.
And the passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
A 2nd down throw for Mayfield. His throw incomplete. Austin Hooper, the intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Mayfield to throw it. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And a good tackle there right around the 30. Stops him short of the first down. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping them from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The kick by Pinheiro is good. And that will knot us up at 10. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good 3.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
All level now at 10 apiece as the kick's away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this one.
Entering play call, coach pitch corners, strong stretch.
This close, you
On plan, there are 9 player. There are Darnell Mooney, David Montgomery, Alan Rock, David Mesh, 24s, Postprint H, MTN counter STR, Postprint HB flat.
They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And he's upended at the 33 following a good...
Entering play call, David Montgomery. You have 6 player. There are Darnell Mooney, David, Allen Robinson Allen Rob, HB, spacing, jet sweep, X burst, quick slants.
Only needing 2 yards on 2nd down. Off play action, field.
Triangle button.
And that almost their first down.
Entering play call, Allen Robinson player. There are David Montgomery, Darnell Mooney, Alshon Jeffrey, Tarek Cohen, kick punt off tap, FB dive.
Unsuccessfully.
A couple extra tight ends in the formation here as they line up 3rd and 2. On the hand. And he's going to have the first down, yardage to the 35.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
Entering player. There are formation. There are Hail Mary, special, single jet, I form, weak, gun, wings, spread option, power O, jet sweep, jet pass, red, jet pass FK zone.
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Cross button.
And that'll be accepted, of course, so that moves him back 5.
Entering play formation, concept, medium quick pass, stick, Y stick, slant, stick, spacing switch, stick.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Triangle buttons. R2 button.
Side Williams. And he gets this to the 35.
Entering play call, stick barrier, quick slant.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Square button. Square button. Square button. Cross button.
And that almost their first time.
Entering play call. Stick barrier for cat. Quick slant.
Couldn't seal the deal.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls in.
Circle button. Circle button. Square button. Square button.
And he comes back with one complete. And a nice job there defensively. They get him to the ground short of the first, right around the 42. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on to punt for Chicago. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Baker Mayfield leads the offense.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. That's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That one goes for 24 yards.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved, because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a first down.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 40.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Mayfield. He's got a man wide open. It's Landry.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Target to Landry for a Browns first down.
Jarvis Landry now in his 4th year with Cleveland, a 5-time Pro Bowler. No one plays harder in the league, and he's only missed 1 game in 7 years. He does what he always does, makes a nice catch there.
Handoff comes to Chubb. Give him 3 on first down.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
You kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4. And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Let's get it.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7. Cover 3 cloud.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play. 60,
run for it. Here's Chubb. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. 48 yards rushing now. 8 carries for him so far.
There are a lot of different formulas to winning football, but one constant over the years, winning on third down. That pickup there was big because they had struggled throughout this one.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
A run for Nick Chubb. And he'll be dropped at the 23 after a pickup of about 4.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. They'll try to throw here. Mayfield. And this throw incomplete.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
When you run in the slant, timing is everything, and against that man coverage, there was no space available, and incompletion as a result.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. And finding the tight end Hooper. And down inside the 15 he goes. Give him 10 yards there as this offense is on a roll. This drive continues to plunge forward.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there finding him in stride for really good yardage.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And this is going to be caught. No, they say.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Down. This will wind up incomplete.
We know all the receivers go through those tiptoe drills, right, trying to get their feet down inbounds. But a lot of the times what we don't talk about is when they're up in the air and they catch the ball. You ever notice how they're reaching back with their feet? Not just straight down, but back, because they're trying to create enough distance to make sure their feet are in bounds. They want it.
Touchdown, Browns! David Njoku, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Browns have taken the lead.
Well, we know someone just added to his touchdown passing total, but all he did was get the ball out quickly to his tight end and let him take care of business the rest of the way.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it ends with a touchdown.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Chicago offense set to get started. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 30 on plan. There are player. There are 9 categories. Justin Field, Tarek Cohen, Alshon Jeffrey, Tarek Cohen, Tarek Cohen, Fake punts, fake punt off, FD dive.
They show run with 3 tight ends here on first down.
They'll start going. Malik Jackson there to make the stop.
Entering play call, Tarek Cohen. You have player. There are formation. There are 9. Hail Mary. Goal line. Gun. Weak. Gun. Ring slot offset. There. Red option. Power O. Project sweep. Red option. Power O.
You're one big score away.
Red option.
Right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. They'll go option on right side. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down.
Entering play call, wing slot offset. There are 18 category formation. There are goal line, Hail Mary, special team, single jet, I form, weak,
on short gains.
coach suggests, on plan. There are not player. There are formation. There are concept, medium, quick pass, stick, quick slant.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down.
L2 button, R1 button, cross button.
And just bowling over tacklers. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Fields to the veteran Robinson for the Chicago first.
And that's understanding where the markers are, because it's not just running to them. Because on the catch, you can actually be pushed back before the first down. It's getting past it and allowing that opportunity to drift back towards the first down line and still having picked it up. Really well run.
Entering play call, concept. There are play type. There are 9 personnel. There are favorites. There are recent play. Coach suggests, on plan. There are 9 player. Justin Tarek Cohen, Alshon Jeff, Darnell New, David Montgomery. Zone 24 zone open.
1st and 10, and they've got 3 tight ends out there. A jumbo package look.
Cross button.
And off comes to Montgomery.
Button.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line.
Entering play call, David Montgomery. We have zone fit jet. 24 zone open.
Side, and they gained 5 yards on it. And to be frank about it, most offenses don't expect to get 5 yards on a play call like that. So when they do, they go back to their huddle with a little pep in their steps. They're starting to think that they're starting to dominate the line of scrimmage.
Back to Montgomery.
R1 button.
Down. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield.
Entering play call, David Montgomery. You have 66 up zone fit jet.
Terrific here this afternoon.
Player, there are Darnell Mooney, David Montgomery, Allen Robert, Cole Kmet, Justin Fields, Tarek Cohen, Tarek, fake punt off, FD dive.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. This is
cross cutting.
3 yards on the pickup there.
Entering play call, Tarek Cohen. You have 5 options. Player, there are Justin Fields, formation, there are concept, medium pass.
Around the entire game.
Smash, corner stops, mesh.
Can they continue to do so? Because they haven't
HB, slot fade.
3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
L2 button.
Fields.
Triangle button. L2 button. Cross button.
And this one nearly intercepted.
Entering play call. Smash barrel 30. Concept. Deep pass. Play action cat. Deep pass. Medium pass. Quick pass. Quick slant.
That one ended up incomplete.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7.
L2 button. Triangle button. R1 button.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Jordan Elliott drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Punt is selected.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now. He'll boot it away from about his 35. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets it. And he can't field it cleanly. It's loose. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
I know there's no magnet in the ball, but sometimes for the punt returner, after such a scramble, it sort of feels that way, doesn't it? He has it, he loses it, somehow the ball finds its way back to him.
Atone for his sin, and you know he's taking a deep sigh of relief right now. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7. 1 Sam SS blitz.
Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were competent enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The lead here as we start quarter number 4. So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. They run. Chubb. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories. On plan, there are formation, there are time, prevent, goal line, special, 3 to 4, 4, 3, even 6, cover 4 quarters, cover 3 bus, outside third.
To lighten up now. On second down now. It's Hunt trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage.
Entering play call, even 6-1. You have 9 options. Cover 3 buses selected.
3rd and 4.
Cover 4 quarters. Temperature.
Being able to stop them and bringing up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. And he is going to have a Browns first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Give him 30 yards there.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
Entering play call, even 6-1. You have 9 formation. There are concept. Play type. There are favorites. There are 7 categories. Play type, blitz, goal line, special, man coverage, zone coverage,
So the big play
outside third.
that they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. A give. This is Chubb. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front 7 reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
Entering play call, cover 2 zone. There are 3 categories. You have 22 options. Tampa 2 is selected.
Points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. Chubb. And he's in. Touchdown, Browns. Nick Chubb, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Browns are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Now, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4, fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 14. That time a 6-play drive. And Nick Chubb the one to finish it off as he does so with a touchdown run.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Now Damian Williams to return it.
Cross-cutting.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Here's the Chicago offense coming back out onto the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start playing.
Entering play, AHB splits, strum curl.
What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
L2 button, triangle button, L2 button, triangle button.
And incomplete, he dropped it.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. Trail shape.
It's your job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you.
On plan, there are 9 player. There are Justin Fields.
And a pass he should have.
Justin, red auction, red auction, red auction. Player, Cole Komet. Cole Komet, Jet Sweep. T drive.
2nd and 10.
L2 button, circle button, R1 button, R1 button, circle button.
Looking left side, and he's got
R2 button.
That's James. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Entering player, there are formation, there are 9 concept, medium pass, quick pass, stick, there are stick.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on 3rd down.
L2 button, L2 button, L2 button, L2 button.
It's taken in by Newsom. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's 4th down. Did they maybe play that too safely on 3rd down? I know you don't want.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 12 options. Honda selected.
It's something safe because we do have 4th down to try and pick it up.
Here's Pat O'Donnell now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. Here comes the pressure, and the Browns block it. Now it's scooped up, and this is a live football. And a big play there, and the result, they'll get it 1st and 10 at the 16-yard line.
Well, it's not enough that they're playing with a lead. They go ahead and block the punt as well. Does that have the sense to you of a team that's looking to close this one out?
I was just going to say, a little bit of a dagger 2-score game. Now you get the block. That's tough to recover from. There's Baker Mayfield as he and the Browns offense comes back out. He's had quite the turnaround, Charles. At the start of the game, passing game was a little bit of a mess. But
entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
A slow start or a tough start means that they're strong mentally. They've kind of calmed themselves down. Everyone's rallied around them. Maybe they didn't change game planning a little bit in order to make things better for them.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Mayfield gives this one to Hunt. He takes us down to about the 12 for a gain of 3.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop?
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Second and 7.
They'll run again with Hunt. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
To the backbone of this offense.
On plan, there are 7. Formation, there are concept. Cover 1, cover 6, man, cover 4, zone blitz free, cover 2, cover 2 man.
The Browns on 3rd down, not quite 50%, 4 for 9. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. And it's caught. Touchdown! Jarvis Landry from 6 yards away. And the Browns are closing in on a 3rd straight victory to start the campaign.
So an important touchdown right there is now they're really beginning to pull away.
Yeah, this was a tight game until not too long ago. But since then, they've hit the accelerator. And they pushed the lead up to 3 scores here in the 4th quarter. And I don't see them looking.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off by the Browns' touchdown.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is
The
selected.
Browns' kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. On the return, Williams.
R1 button.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense. Their mini 2-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull around.
Entering play call, on plan. There are 9 player. There are 9. Allen Robin, Cole Kmet, Justin Field, Tarek Cohen, Alshon Jeff, Tarek, Fick, FB dive.
1st and 10 and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there.
They begin the drive on the ground with
R2 button.
and he'll be brought down right around the 37.
67 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Entering play call, Tarek Cohen, player. There are 9 categories. Justin Fields, Tarek Cohen, Alshon Jeff, Darnell, David Montgomery, David Zone Fitch, AHB stretch.
Good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
a good gain on 1st, has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Back to the ground, this time. They'll get 3 as the drive continues.
Entering play call, David Montgomery. You have zone thick jet. 24, sprint HD flat. 24 zone open.
Space, and he got there.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this 2nd half. Here's 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Montgomery. A gain of 3, second down.
Entering play call, David Montgomery, who had 66. Player, error, Cornell Mooney. Cornell Mooney, corner stops. Jet sweep, hockey curl. Bench switch, hockey curl.
That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
Coming up on 2nd and 7.
L2 button, L2 button, triangle button, L2 button,
Throw left.
cross button.
That's James. And they're going to have another first down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 40. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
Entering play call, player, error, Alshon Jeffrey, Tarek Cohen, Tarek, fake punt sweep, fake punt off tackle, FB dive.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now, right at the 40.
Cross button,
On the give.
triangle button.
Pretty good run there as he gets 7 down to the 33.
Entering play call, Tarek Cohen, who had 5 options, pocket slide is selected.
Your gaps, you don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They try again with Cohen.
Cross button.
Down to the 30 after a gain of 3.
Entering play call, Tarek Cohen, who had 5 options, pocket slide is selected. Player, error, Justin Fields, Tarek Cohen, Alshon Jet, Darnell Moon, David Montgomery, David, zone fake jet, 24 zone open.
It might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
They'll run it. Here's Montgomery.
Button.
And he's able to pick up the first down here before he goes down at the 26. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards.
Entering play, zone fake jet, 24 zone open.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10. On the carry, it's Montgomery.
Cross button.
Goes free.
Button.
And able to use a stiff arm for a little bit of leverage.
Entering play call, David Montgomery, who had 66 options, zone weak is selected.
3.
Well, partner, I know this type of
Player,
running back.
area 9, formation, area 9, concept, medium, quick pass, stick,
I just tell you from
X slant.
first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Triangle button, triangle button, triangle button, triangle button.
Sacked back at the 23-yard line. And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, he's looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure.
And quick slant.
An 8-play drive to this point. So here's play number 9 on 3rd and 7.
L2 button, L2 button.
Fields. That's complete to Mooney. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism...
Entering play call, coach suggestions, there are 9 on plan, there are player, there are Darnell Mooney, David Montgomery, zone fake jet, 24 zone open.
All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it.
Cross-cutting.
Montgomery.
Cross-cutting.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes it.
Entering play call, David Montgomery, who had 66 up. Player, there are Darnell Mooney, Elshon Jeff, Tarek Cohen, Tarek, fake punt sweep, fake punt off, FB dive.
But boy, on the other side, you dispute it a little bit, wouldn't you? Okay, if you're playing defense, are you sure he got there? But that's why they tell you all the time, don't just get what you need, get a little bit more and take the decision.
Triangle button.
Well, there he needed a yard. He got a yard and maybe an inch. And the Bears are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. It's a nice run there. Gets him down to the 6-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Entering play call, fake punt sweep, fake punt off, FB dive.
They'll try and run for it. And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown. Tarek Cohen, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the Bears have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys...
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 9 categories. You have 15 options. That attempt is selected.
3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
Santos with the extra point, and the lead will be cut down to 14. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it was polished off by a Tarek.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Kickoff left is selected.
After the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. Fielded right around the 8. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field. This game was really a tussle, seemed like just a moment ago, and now they've got the momentum, a couple of scores.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Conservative, right? Run the football, work the clock.
You know, I usually agree with you, but I'm going after him right here. I
Really?
want to put this bad boy away. I wouldn't be afraid to throw it. They've got all the confidence, all the momentum on their side. Go ahead and take your dagger shots and try and finish this one off.
I disagree vehemently. I say run the football, you've got the lead.
Well, let's watch it and find out who's right.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down, almost.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
They start thinking about burning these timeouts. They've got all 3 still defensively.
To me, you have to start right now. Here's the time, and that means you've got to stop them on defense, not give up the yardage, use your timeouts in order to get the ball back and try and score yourself. But now is the time to start using those timeouts.
And keep in mind, it'll also stop the clock at the 2-minute warning. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
The Browns on third down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Mayfield hands it off to Chubb. And he's got the first down as he's up to the 45-yard line. And now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just
entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
They'll try and wind down some clock with Chubb. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Here's 2nd and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he's got it across midfield and into Bear territory. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This will be 3rd and 5. Throwing. Mayfield. To the right side, and he's got Landry complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. They call his number again. It's his 6th catch and a first down.
And that pickup of a first down, that's going to leave a mark because they really needed to stop them there, didn't they?
So frustrating. Defensively, you're a play away.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
Way to create a turnover or takeaway. Otherwise, this one will probably get away from them.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they run it with Hunt. And down right around the 32-yard line. 4 yards.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
This is where they put on the boxing gloves, start to try and pound them into submission.
And the offensive line, they've controlled this game. I don't see why that trend would change now. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories.
3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends. They're usually big people because they're going to have to eat up a lot of blockers because it's usually 5 on 3. And when they do their job well, guys who play on the inside, those inside linebackers, they're able to just roam and hit.
Mayfield leaves it for Hunt on the draw. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break.
Entering play call. Coach suggestions. There are 7 categories. Safe man right.
This is up and good from Pinheiro. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure, this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from.
Entering play call, special teams. You have 6 options. Return left is selected.
This can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Now, aren't I, though?
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. Williams now on the return.
R2 button.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
Onto the field now come the Bears. They're down big here late. I don't know. You just one last drive here for pride?
Some people like to do that. I remember playing for a guy once. We were down huge, and someone said, "Coach, what do you want to call?" He just waved a hand like, "Who cares? Let's get out of here and do something some other time." But some teams like to do something at the end to feel a little bit better as they continue to move forward.
Yeah, probably just want to put this one behind them.
Entering play, slot out. Triangle button. R1 button. R1 button. R2 button.
Williams.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. 3 yards the gain there, second down.
And we see another pitch.
Entering play call, coach suggestions. There on plan. There are player. There are 9 formation. There are 9 cat concept. There are medium pass, keep pass, verticals, verticals.
Big plays for an offense.
2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7.
Triangle button. R1 button. R1 button. R1 button.
It's a Montgomery.
It'll be a pickup of just...
Entering play call, verticals. There are 12 categories. You have 21 concept. Play action pass.
And this is why you
Auction is set screen pass.
inbounds,
Run.
keep the clock running.
Inside zone. There are 11 categories. You have 29 options. Zone weak is selected. Cross button.
On third
Cross button.
Montgomery. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a 4th down. Charles, we saw a lot of points go up in this one. Certainly defensively, stuff that they can look at on film, don't you think?
No doubt about it. And they've got to go back and check where the errors are, how they're going to fix them, and continue to get better at what they do. But they also need a little adjustment with their confidence. To give up that many points, even if you win a game, that can hurt you.
So for Cleveland, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they suffered defeat for the first time as they dropped to 2-1. And they'll get a home date next week
Post-game report players'
against the
stats.
Detroit Lions.